Welcome trader to this video on the exclusive HARP system brought to you by Neda Kirkez and Chris Worsik from Elite Currency. We're very excited about HARP and we're going to dive into all the details very soon. First of all though, just a quick intro about us. Perhaps you know us from FX Street, Forex Factory or Admiral Markets or any of these brands in fact. Today's video we're going to focus on the system, the HARP, the rules, results, other traders' results, testimonials in this and the next video in fact. But before we dive into the details, be aware that trading for exchange and global financial markets is considered high risk and may not be suitable for everyone. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor for more information on that. This webinar is for education and informational purposes only. Continuing watching this video, you agree with this disclaimer and you are aware of the risks involved when trading. So, first of all, before I dive into the HARP system and explain a bit more about that, I do want to tell you actually the result of one of our three accounts, and we'll dive into the details of these three accounts actually in the next video. But just a heads up already before we even talk about HARP, the real account here up 50%. We started with 10,000 or 10K, traded 190 trades, a very sizable amount. That account is up now 50%, so at 15,000, and well, if you do the math, it should be about 0.25% per trade. Now that's how the equity curve looks like. Looks pretty smooth, looks like a great uptrend to me, except that one dip there, as you can see. But those things do happen. That was a trade management mistake, and luckily we nicely recovered after that though. So great equity curve, great results with HARP. Now, before we dive into HARP itself, a bit more information about us. I'm 35 years old and you can find a lot more information actually at FX Street. Both of us have a profile there, or on LinkedIn. You'll find a lot of information there. Please feel free to take a look at these websites and gather more information about us if you don't know us. But we've been trading substantially 10 years, been analyzing for longer. In fact, I started looking at the markets when I was a teenager. And a lot of experience, a lot of seminars and webinars, and a lot of great strategies. So take a look at those links. Neda too, a lot of experience as well. Has been in the top 10 in Forex Factory members ranking. Actually has a thread there with 4 million views. Does webinars at FX Street. Here too, you can find more info at his profile on LinkedIn or FX Street. Regarding FX Street, by the way, he's in the top 10. He's actually number 6. Sixth most influential member out of 300,000 plus. Very impressive, because obviously you have to do a lot of, people have to really follow you, really subscribe to you before you get that ranking. If you're ranked 6th, it really means a lot. It really means that people are following you and interested in your work, and they only do so, of course, if you have good work. We're also author of ebooks, and Neda is creator of CanMACD and the HARP. Great, so now let's talk about the exclusive HARP system. You've seen the results, you know a bit about us now, so let's take a look at this simple method in Forex trading. HARP, what does it stand for? It stands for Heikin-Ashi Range Price. It's a great combination, Heikin-Ashi and range, because Heikin-Ashi is just perfect for trend definition, and range bars are great for trading. So it's a unique combination of trend and entry. Heikin-Ashi is for trend, range bars for entry and exits. It's unique, unmatched, perfect for trading, and it's a great system. Take a look at this Heikin-Ashi action trend template. First of all, you got great bars here indicating the up or downtrend. You have a great indicator as well, confirming that. You got accurate pivot points, and of course the candles themselves. So quickly, within a minute, you can already see what is the trend and what direction would you like to trade. Very, very simple and straightforward. Now let's talk a bit about the entry method as well. That we use range bars. And that allows for many setups each trading day. There are a lot of advantages, in fact, because we have a scalping and a swing method based on range bars. So one trend template, but 2 entry templates, one for scalping, one for swing, which means we cater to both long and short-term traders. Got high probability trades, clear entries and exits. And why do I say that? Because we have signals and alerts. Very, very useful. I know that everyone is going to ask about that. Do we have signals? Do we have alerts? And the answer is very simply, yes, we do. You have those arrows, and you got alerts when the arrows pop up, and also an audible, a sound plus a visual that shows, okay, there is an arrow on the chart. So that's great. Makes it easy and simple. And that's exactly our focus. That's exactly what we want to achieve with our system and modules that we have in place at Elite Currency, so that not only we achieve results that we like to see, but that we have a module in place that is, can be duplicated by other traders. That is our core goal. All right. It's a simple plan. It's a simple method. And therefore, we think it's well adjustable for the psychology of a trader. Now, those are all the advantages, but there are also a lot of things actually that you avoid with the HARP system. And the list is longer, but I don't want to dive into an endless list here. But obviously, you are ahead of the field. You have a lot of great research then right away to your advantage, a lot of great system to your advantage. And you don't have to do all that work yourself in testing and getting frustrated and finding a complicated strategy, because ultimately it's all about consistency. Consistency is based on a method that not only is simple, but that you are able to follow. All right? And that we do have. So that's all the things that you avoid with HARP, and that's a lot of annoyance. So why would HARP be good? Well, in general, just in case you are new to trading, trading is cool because you reach your goals pretty quickly if you do it correctly, at least. Trading offers a lot of potential, a lot of opportunity. There is, of course, a risky side to it, and we also talk about risk management in our courses, which is something we add to the system as well. But ultimately, with trading, of course, you can achieve those great goals, like multiple streams of income, diversification, and financial independence or charity. It all depends what is your goal, but you have that ability to do so. And once you then dive into that trading, you realize that in some way it seems simple, but it's not easy. Eventually you'll find out. Now, not maybe at the beginning. Often enough, traders have beginning luck, or beginner's luck, until they, a few months later, bump into a big wall and get stuck. And that's when many traders struggle. And we want, with the HARP system, to give you a method to break out of that wall. All right? Because we've been trading ourselves, and we had also problems at the beginning, obviously, like any other traders when they start out. And we developed methods that allowed us to break out of that and into profit. And Nanneth and I talked together and realized that we need to create a system, an approach that allows other traders to do the same, to copy that success path in a way. And we think with HARP that we have that. And with HARP, we basically bundled all our experience into an approach that you can use to basically get to an ideal spot of your trading a lot quicker. Take a look at this graph. This is called the effort curve of a trader. On the left, you see low effort or high effort, and at the bottom, low knowledge or high knowledge. Ironically enough, when you start out, you kind of have little knowledge because you just started, and you're not doing really that much effort, but the results are somehow working. Right? That's the beginner's luck factor. Somehow you're making this. But as your knowledge grows, all of a sudden you're actually seeing the performance go down, and you're putting more effort into it, but you're actually getting worse results. And that's very common, a path in fact, for most traders. Only after you are able to balance that, understand what knowledge is important, where to put the effort into, will you get to an ideal spot that you can trade simple yet profitable? Now, with our plan, we want you to avoid all those years of pain, perhaps 6 or more, and we want to help you get to that ideal spot ASAP. With our kind of module in place, our courses, our system, we think we can get you there a lot quicker. So HARP is basically all of that experience bundled from us into a great system that allows that shortcut. Trading simple and profitable. Now, this is maybe a bit of a logical answer, but obviously, which path do you want to choose? How do you want to reach or approach your goal? Now, in this case, of course, the answer is clear. We hope for B that you'll learn from our approach, because we think that we have a mission here that is to get an energetic trading community. So that's why we're looking for traders that are interested in serious trading, in approaching trading with a business attitude, not with a gambler's attitude. All right? Because ultimately, discipline and consistency is at the heart of making it in the business of Forex. So when we're talking about our HARP system, we're very passionate, we're very dedicated. And we're looking for equally dedicated traders that have that focus and are committed to that process. That's what we're looking for. And if that does not really fit well with you, then think very carefully before you do this. Ask us questions about it, because we want to give our dedication and our everything to the HARP system and making traders use it profitably. And that's why we want to focus on a limited number of traders. That's why the access is going to be limited to a restricted number. So this opportunity is great, but it's only really the opportunity for those that take that trading seriously as a business. And if you do that, then in that case, don't waste time reinventing the wheel and trade with HARP, because it will be a lot easier to get to that ideal spot. All right, in the next video, we're going to take a look at the HARP system in more details and those results. So looking forward. Sign up by putting your name and email down below, and you'll get access to that next video. Wish you all good trading, and talk to you soon. Cheers.